Good morning, all my fellow brothers and sisters and doll from wherever you are. It's me, your buddy Donnie from Miami again, and this morning I'm gonna bring you a very special set of dollies with a very special set of fashions. Okay, I'll try to be brief because I don't want to take too much of your time. But these fashions, okay, that are being modeled here by these lovely ladies are my first Barbie, fashion collectibles, and Best Buy. These three particular line of fashions are very special because they were very popular in the late 70s up until 1981, I believe. And the reason why they were so popular is because, well, number one, they were not very expensive. As you can see in terms of construction, okay, if you know anything about sewing, well, these patterns were as simple and I say that in the best sense of the word, okay, as you can get. Okay, there's no elaborate flounces, lots of tucks and gathers. The design is very straightforward. Okay, sometimes it's just one piece of fabric that was cut in such a way that it can be sewn in or two, three passes, by the workers at the factory. Again, although simple in terms of design, I don't mean that in a put down way, but I mean that in a good way because, us collectors, we look at these as, beautiful, amazing, mesmerizing works of art. But in reality, these toys, because that's what they are, they're toys, they were made with the simple purpose of selling. Okay. You don't have to be, a business mind to realize that, well, behind these beauties were nothing but business decisions. Okay. And anyways, so, part of their, besides their simple yet beautiful construction, if you notice, one of the reasons why, besides a simple patterns and not too elaborate, okay, they chose beautiful prints that worked in scale to 11.5-inch dolls. Okay, that's another good point because if the print is beautiful enough, the pattern, the design itself, as simple as it may be, okay, it'll work. It'll work. Another reason why these fashions were so popular, besides being inexpensive, is, well, come on, I can't stress this enough. This artwork. I mean, this beautiful rendition of Barbie. Okay, I'm getting out of focus, maybe. Anyways, this beautiful rendition of Barbie, with this mounds of curls, in many colors. I mean, really, it like grabbed you by the throat, and many children and adults were absolutely taken aback, by looking at, ooh, this little fashion. Oh my God, look at Barbie. She's so pretty. And of course, the bottom fashion, I mean, the bottom illustration of the fashion, okay, again, like I always say, these illustrations, they really really sold the dolls, I mean, and the fashions, okay. Another reason for these three particular lines to be so popular, and part of it being inexpensive, I guess part of the reason why they were so inexpensive is because not only they were simple in terms of design, but also, as you can see, they included no shoes. Okay, beautiful illustrations, pretty designs, very demure, and I would even say conservative. Okay, which is something that is always appealing to parents. Okay, that the dolls, are beautiful, stylish, but at the same time, not too well revealing, for lack of a better term. Okay, so my first Barbie, fashion collectibles, and Best Buy. Again, there are three separate lines that are very, again, very very popular to this day. And I always enjoy, and I said this before in other videos, how young bloods, 20 something year olds, who obviously were not there in the late 70s or the 80s, enjoy these fashions and these dolls so very much. Another reason, that Mattel's strategy of sales, marketing rather, really, really worked was that these fashions, all these illustrations, okay, were featured in, these little fold out booklets, that came with the dolls. In the late 70s, these little booklets were actually included, with the actual fashions, because I've seen them. But I guess they figured, no, let's make them even more inexpensive because, again, printing these things, costs money. And slipping them in, again, it costs money. The workers, the time it takes. It's, again, one thing that a lot of us doll collectors, doll lovers forget, and of course we forget because we're so enamored by the dolls, is the fact that everything about these dolls is a business decision. You know, yeah, style, aesthetic, good looks, all of that, but really, all of this, everything about them is a business decision. You know, and I can't stress that enough because it's a fact. Well, anyways, I believe I have taken enough of your time. If you recognize any of these fashions, good for you. And if you don't recognize them, well, look them up. They're very easy to find. And to this day, they're not very very expensive. You could get them mint in their card. The blister package. From $5 to $10. Personally, I wouldn't pay more than $15. I think $15 is really pushing it, because, well, they made these fashions, in abundance, So these fashions, again, are not hard to find. But if you pay over $15, $20, whatever you pay, hey, it's on you. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying I wouldn't pay more than 15.